Do you experience more anxiety when you sit for meditation? Do you experience hyperarousal, fear, or loss of sense of self? If so, you are not alone and you are not failing, and especially you are not regressing. Hi, Shakti here. In this 5-part series, I explore the pitfalls of modern day meditation and offer guidance to navigate through toward inner peace and tranquility. Scientists at Brown University, led by Dr. Willoughby Britton, in 2017 conducted the most rigorous study on this subject to date. The study found that meditation can cause significant distress to over 60% of the practitioners. It also documented 59 different meditation related challenges, including hyperarousal, fear, and loss of sense of self. In a follow up study in 2021, they found over 65% of the participants in a mindfulness based program experienced at least one meditation related distress. It's described as relaxation-induced anxiety, RIA. The very process is meant to relax the mind actually causes anxiety response. With this study, we hit the frontier of psychology. Psychology doesn't have an explanation as to what happened to the participants and what are the impacts of meditation. In what way does the meditation affect? To understand deeply, we need to step back. We need to step back from few decade-old pop spirituality, 150 years old of modern psychology, to ancient Indian yoga tradition. In ancient Indian yoga tradition, which predates the Buddha, that means it's over 3,000 years old, and in Buddhist practices, which is more than 2,500 years old, meditation is not the standalone technique. Meditation is not used just in isolation, and meditation is not the first step of any process, whatever it was meant to be used. What do I mean? Patanjali's Ashtanga Yoga is the most commonly used reference for meditation. In Ashtanga Yoga, 8 parts of meditation yoga, meditation is not the first step. Meditation is not the standalone technique or a process. In fact, it is the 7th step of the 8-step process. In the same way, in Buddhist teaching, right mindfulness is the 7th factor of the path, wedged in between right effort and right concentration. When you isolate one limb from a multi-layered process, dress it up in pop spirituality slogans, and offer it as a psychology instrument, it's not only an insult to the tradition but grossly misguiding also. I see 2 distinct reasons why and what those participants in that experiment were experiencing. First is lack of insulation. We must stabilize the nervous system with strong cognitive fortitude and emotional resilience before we drop the noise, internal and external. The first 5 steps of the Ashtanga Yoga provides just that scaffold to build the cognitive fortitude and emotional resilience. Jumping straight to meditation is similar to passing a high voltage current through a wire which is poorly insulated. The second factor is emotional detox. People know physical detox, but there is an emotional detox process as well. If you are open to it and if you allow in a safe environment, meditation opens the doorway for the unconscious and the subconscious emotions to surface. With proper guidance and support, those emotions could be met with understanding, purged, and integrated. How do I know this? I'm talking from my experience. This is my experience. I was in a spiritual path for over 40 years, and I did experience the different stages of the emotional detox process, disidentification process, and purging and integrating. I did experience hyperarousal, fear, and loss of sense of self for an extended period of time, more than few years. Fortunately, I had the guidance of my teachers. With my physicist scientist background and psychology studies, I tried to make sense of what was happening inside me. That understanding is what I'm offering here now for anyone who seeks clarity. We are facing plug and play paradox. Modern psychology uses meditation as a tool. Like a hammer, you pick it up to fix the problem. But it doesn't have the depth of understanding of the human mind, the architecture of the human mind. Psychology talks about challenging your belief systems. It talks about emotional regulation, self regulation. In REBT, the false belief systems are challenged, but only to be replaced by another belief system. What if the belief systems fall away, collapse? What is underlying all the belief systems? What support the emotional residue? What supports all the structure that persona is built on? Psychology doesn't have an answer. In the same way, pop spirituality and pop psychology uses meditation as a bypass, as a calming, soothing device or a tool or a manifestation hack. You cannot calm the ocean of the mind if the wind of the senses and the noise from internal conditionings are still whipping the surface into waves. I use physics, psychology, and the ancient tradition to explain, make it simple, and offer simplified guidance to anyone who is in this path, in this understanding, and who seeks clarity. In my following transmissions, I intend to explain who is best suited for meditation practice, the first 6 steps of the scaffolding process of Ashtanga yoga, and the structure of the mind that is ready for peace and tranquility. Welcome to the baseline. Thank you.